What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. You are here with Guni after a diabolical draw. Chelsea 2, Wolverhampton 2, and a last minute, literally last kick of the game for Wolverhampton. 97th minute equalizer from Coady. Shambolic stuff from Chelsea Football Club. But before I continue with the video, make sure you do like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Make sure you also share as well, and if you feel generous, hit that super thanks button as well. But let's get right into today's game. Chelsea 2, Wolverhampton 2, a much needed 3 points. Here's the thing, what I will say, yeah. Am I surprised that we drew today and we dropped the ball? Absolutely not. For weeks now, we've been absolutely poor defensively. Concentration is just completely down the toilet. And do you know what? I've been hearing a few people speak, and quite a few of the same theory keeps coming up, which is several of our backline will actually be leaving Chelsea Football Club, and maybe that's already on their mind. We know Christensen's already going to Barcelona. Rudiger is going to Real Madrid. It's possible, well, it's looking like Marcos Alonso's out the door. Also, Azpilicueta. So that's 4 of our backline, who all featured today, by the way, except Christensen. Christensen didn't feature, but 3 that featured today in that back line. But to be honest, let's have a look at the game. I thought Chelsea, we started off well. We retained possession very well, very much on top of Wolverhampton. We were unlucky to get 2 disallowed goals. The first one for me was quite controversial. I feel that the ref should have at least gone to VAR to check that out. He called a foul on Saiz from Timo Werner before he put it in the back of the net. But on a closer look, it looked like Saiz had slipped off he tripped himself up, or he'd slipped. It was a 50-50 that Timo Werner had won. To me, should have been a goal, really, in my opinion, but it wasn't given. And throughout the live stream, big up to those that were watching, by the way. Throughout the live stream, I was saying we cannot keep, even if the ref gets it wrong, we've got to have the quality about us to score. And we did keep coming. Corner did come in. Loftus-Cheek does get at the end of it, but that was called for offside. The ref took a while to look at that. It was about 5 minutes or so before he made the decision. Personally, I thought he was onside, but it looked like Rudiger initially was offside and Loftus-Cheek was offside, I think. I haven't looked back at the game. It's kind of hard to pay attention to both when you're watching the live stream and when you're watching the game and you're also trying to interact with the watch along. So I'll definitely come back to that. And as normal, I have one of the guests on tomorrow where we'll discuss this game further. But yeah, really, the signs were there, and I thought, you know what, after seeing that on the balance of things, we're at least going to be scoring a couple of goals here. I was quite confident of the Chelsea win. Second half started. Marcos Alonso, unfortunately, was brought off. Saul did come on. And yeah, we did get our first goal. Penalty was given. Saiz did bring down Lukaku in the box. It did go down to VAR. I didn't think it would. Saiz did bring down Lukaku. Penalty, very good penalty taken by Lukaku. Thank goodness Jorginho was not on the pitch to give us high blood pressure when he does that technique of his penalty that cost him a goal against West Ham, by the way. 1-0, and then shortly after that, lovely taken goal from Lukaku on his weaker right foot from outside the box. Puts it in the bottom corner, 2-0. Lukaku's looking confident again, and do you know what? I'm going to give him his props today. Held up the ball well, laid up the ball very well. We saw early signs in the first half. Turned Saiz very well, but took a shot on his right foot inside the box. Didn't really test the keeper too well, but the sharpness was there at least. The hunger was there at least. We started to see something, and he was rewarded with 2 goals. So big up Lukaku, who I didn't think was, well, took his second goal very well, took the penalty very well, to be honest with you. Definitely a positive seeing that. Hopefully he can pick up and continue, because boy, do we need as many players on form as possible. So 2-0, you think, okay, cool, we just have to have a bit of game management about us. When do we ever? Trincao comes on for Wolverhampton, and you could even see before this that they were enjoying unhealthy levels of possession of the ball, and they was, you know, pinging the ball about quite well. They were stretching us very well. They was using their wide players very well. I thought Pedro Neto for them was very good throughout the first half and the second half. Rudiger was having a lot of problems. Trincao did come on and made a huge difference for the team as well. As soon as he got on the ball again, he was just isolating Rudiger on that side, because obviously you've got Saul on that left side at this point, who defensively is not his natural position. So you knew that Wolves were going to target that side. Trincao just cuts inside on his left foot, takes a brilliant shot outside the box. Mendy couldn't even go for it. 2-1, very, very good finish from Trincao. You would think Chelsea would, have a bit more sharpness about them. We tried to keep possession. Wolves kept on, we didn't even try and keep possession well. In fact, we tried to keep possession. We didn't even keep it well. We're playing unnecessary long balls, not trying to retain possession. Some of the changes Tuchel made as well, I thought were quite questionable. Malang Sarr coming on the pitch for Azpilicueta, I thought was a questionable substitution, especially when you've got Trevor Chalobah on the bench, who I think is the better centre-back than Malang Sarr by a long shot. But for whatever reason, Thomas Tuchel didn't pick him. Malang Sarr, we saw him come on the bench, and it was on that side on the 97th minute. Wolverhampton get the ball, was allowed to put in a very, very good cross into the back post, where it was met by Connor Coady, beating Reece James and one of our other centre-backs to that ball to make it 2-2, last-minute screamer. And previous to this game, Wolves had not scored a goal in 3 games, but here again at Stamford Bridge, we like to gift teams. We give them 2 goals today. Well done, Wolves, honestly, for showing the resilience that they showed. I thought they played very well, and they really, they smelt blood. They knew that, they could open us up. They've seen teams do it against us. They've seen poorer teams do it against us. And quite rightly, they gambled today, and it paid off. They left there with 1 point. As for Chelsea, another gutless and spineless performance today. Thiago Silva today, for me, I thought was poor altogether on the ball. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought today he was a bit shaky. Rudiger, again, concentration out the window. Is his mind somewhere else? Saul, to me, coming on, it was circumstantial. Marcos Alonso must have had an injury or something, but again, didn't really have a good game. Quite a few people today. I thought Kovacic was all right. Made the mistake for the first goal, to be honest with you. Gave away the ball high up on the pitch. Just as I was praising him on a live stream as well, I did kind of go overboard. I said Kovacic is world class, but I did correct myself later and say, do you know what? I think he's the bracket below that, which doesn't mean he's a bad player at all. But gave away the ball there, counter attack from Wolverhampton, and they made it count. So definitely can be looked at for that mistake. But outside of that, I thought he had a decent game. I thought he intercepted well. I thought he, his usual dribbled well, beat the press pretty well. Instead of going backwards, was really brave, trying to drive forward and advance the ball rather than just playing the ball back to the goalkeeper, back to the defenders. That's what we missed from Kovacic, really. Just playing to goal, and rather than just playing backwards all the time. Loftus-Cheek again was average for me. Lukaku today was very good. Timo Werner, his partner, I thought was all right as well. One criticism I would have is the first half, where he had an opportunity, the ball was played into him. It was fizzed a little bit, but had his first touch had been better, he probably would have been in a better position to try and score. But he was forced out wide on his weaker foot. Left foot, still forced Sarr for the save. Had to make a good save. Very good shot from Timo Werner, actually. But Timo did look sharp. He wasn't bad. We know his limitations. So considering that, I thought he had a decent game today. I'm not really going to criticise Timo too much. But going forward, by the standards that we have for Chelsea Football Club, we have to be honest with ourselves. Most of these players are not good enough. And I just want this season to end. Right now, it's 5 points to guarantee Champions League football. I cannot see where we're going to get that from. The next game is Leeds, who have got something to fight for. Chelsea don't, and will be playing away as well. Leeds do play Arsenal tomorrow. Hopefully, they can get the win, which will leave the pressure off us a little bit. But Leeds are still going to need the win. Let's not get that twisted, man. But it's not good. It looks like we're going to have to rely on other teams to drop points to guarantee top 4, to be honest with you. That's how I'm looking at it. Arsenal and Tottenham have to play each other. Tottenham have to also play Liverpool later on today. So it's going to be interesting to see where that result goes. And to be honest with you, I can see Spurs grabbing at least a point at Liverpool today. I really hope I'm wrong. I hope Liverpool do the job. But I'm not going to make this video too long. Honestly, to me, it should have been 3 points. Now we're sucked right into that top 4 race. We're not guaranteed to get it by no means. Arsenal in the form that they're in. Honestly, they look like they'll probably win the game tomorrow, which means extra pressure on us, which means extra pressure on Leeds having to get a result against us. And we know that that is possible. But now we have just made this job harder. Could this go down to the last day? Possibly. We've made it this way. But this is Chelsea Football Club. Todd Boehly, the new owner, was present at the game. And he looked absolutely devastated like the rest of us fans when that goal went in last minute. But you know what? The silver lining in that cloud, hopefully him and his team, whoever was there with him, was able to look and at least see some things. I'm not saying you see the whole picture after one game, but at least analyze and see like, yo, there's some players that need to be out the door. It's over. It is completely over for you. New era for Chelsea Football Club. Hopefully they don't renew contracts that don't need to be renewed, and they bring in the right players. We need this takeover to be done as soon as possible. The Premier League check, we need to get that done. The government need to sign off on the sale and give us our new license. From there, we'll be able to operate in a transfer market, do the business that we need to do. I just want this season to be over. Liverpool in the FA Cup final, the way we are at the minute, I'm not feeling too optimistic about that, but we'll speak about that game closer to the date. But to everybody that did watch the live, big up yourselves. Thank you very much. Thank you also for the super chats as well. And thank you to the people that gave super thanks for the other video. I really appreciate that. You get me? But before you leave, make sure you smash that like button. Also subscribe as well if you are new. Leave your comments down there. Are you surprised at the result? What do you think it is that went wrong? And how many players do you think need to get out of the door? And are you looking forward to the season coming to an end? All of those questions, please answer down there so I could go through them and see your thoughts. But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please make sure you do stay safe. Bless up, people.